In the clutch. What's up, brother? Checking up on the family and seeing if there's any, concerns. Samara, what's good? Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm checking up on the family, see if there's any questions. I've been uploading a video that I promised everyone yesterday about the shorting and the end game. And believe it or not, I've been trying to upload this thing from like early today after that live I had with CS Trades 101, which was really fun. And since then, I've been trying to upload it, and YouTube just won't let it happen. It's a very interesting video, and it's extremely, like I said, if there's any video that most people need to see, it's that one because it sheds a lot of light on the situation that we're in and how the process is working and how it's been happening, so that people don't have the questions and like how they've been continuing to hold this down. Why has it been over a year and no MOAS yet? That video talks all about that. And there is, at the end of that video, I've also added something. I said, if the community wants to know or ask, there's a question that no one is asking. And if the community is brave enough to know the question and then know the answer to it, we'll probably talk about it tomorrow. But I'm trying to see if, at the end of that video, people will comment on that. I think the YouTube told me that its processing is almost done, so it will go on probably in the next hour or so. Um, so people will comment and see if they want to know that question and then the answer to it as well. I will open it up tomorrow in a live. Um, so that's been it. And what's up with the MOAS? Well, we're on that. We're on that path. We're on that path. So, Samira, um, tomorrow in that live, after we watch today's video that I uploaded, hopefully it uploads at some point tonight. If not tomorrow, it will probably go on at some point or in the middle of the night out of nowhere. They don't want this video to be out clearly. I've tried to upload it literally like 4 times, guys. Uh, and every time it just gets halted like in the processing phase and it just won't go through. um, there's shadow whatever banning me or whatever is going on, but that video is really important, and at the end of it you're going to get an idea on, wow, okay, you will get an idea on how you can battle these guys until MOAS. I hope this happens before the dollar is really depreciated. Don't worry, um, it's gonna happen, and obviously after it, the dollar will be completely depreciated. Do you think it shall squeeze by June? Because I'm headed to Africa and don't want to miss out on this half parents counting on it. I sure do hope so, Samara. I said in my previous life, I don't think you were on it, so I can see why you don't know what my stance on it. Said if this thing doesn't happen by July, then I don't want to be the barrier of bad news, but again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just putting my opinion on this thing. If this thing don't happen by July, then it's going to be 2023 because it's so much is aligning up for this month and let alone next month. So it has to be. And then what's happening with GME on June and the share count and all that stuff and like the split. So if it doesn't happen by July, literally, and the CAT system going in effect in July, if it doesn't happen by then, we're looking at a much later date then, because all that is the most like all these things go into effect, and there's just it's if there must be much more cynical things if it doesn't happen by then that people are just not paying attention to. Like I said, there's something tomorrow I can talk about in a live. If everybody watches the video that I'm uploading or I uploaded and it's just still processing, if everybody comments on the bottom and say, hey, I want to know that question, that scary question you're talking about and the answer to it, then I will go ahead and address it in a live tomorrow. And Mrs. Tahiti, uh, nice to see you again. How are you doing? And thank you for your kind words on the on the comments, and thank you for also your support on the Wolfpack stream earlier today. So welcome to your other home away from home. Um, Enjoyed watching you this morning on CS 101 while enjoying my coffee. Well, that brings tears to the heart and the clutch to know that you've enjoyed that. Um, so like I said again, I'm checking up on the family, seeing if anybody has questions. Before I think Pantheon might be going on later, and I don't want to interrupt anything with that time zone. So I just wanted to come in quickly, let you guys know about what's happening with that video, why it's not uploading, like YouTube is not uploading it the whole day today. It's crazy, and they might just upload it like in the middle of in the night, like at 3-4 in the morning. That's gonna be that's gonna be unfortunate, but hopefully you guys get to see it, and you'll get a much bigger understanding on how to move forward after this. Like you will be, and tomorrow I'll address it more in the live. If you guys ask the questions, or if you'd like me to go into it, because that video will shed so much light on so many things for you guys and everyone else. Hopefully it gets shared around and people get to see it and people get to know it, because it will address a lot of the questions and the confusion that is out there. It's not just buy and hold, guys. It's not just whatever the option talk and all that stuff. You have to understand the whole game. You have to look at the other side and what their true intentions were. AB is always teaching you and telling you that stuff, right? I always look at something and see what the true intentions of it or someone. And when I know their intentions, I know how to go about battling them or protecting myself from them, because it's all about intent, right? And once you figure out the intent, it's so easy to figure out the rest after that, or how to go about things. And tomorrow, like I said, in the live, after most people get to watch the video and perhaps share it more with other people. And like I said, if there's a video that I wanted everyone, the most amount of people to see, that's the one. And it's gonna shed a lot of light on a lot of things for you guys, and explain the process of the shorting and how it's happened and how the end game will eventually come, like what it comes down to at the end. And at that point, once you understand my video, we have a lot to address as far as, actually it comes down very simple of how to beat them at the game that they're playing, because you know what they're doing at that point. And AB thinks he knows exactly what they're doing now at this point. Mario, how are you, brother? How are all the ships? Oh, okay. Ms. Tahiti, thanks for the for being the bearer of good news. Finally, I think the video posted, thanks to the Most High and praises to the Most High. Finally, it goes through. So hopefully it gets, like I said, shared around and people get to see and comment on that thing and see what it brings. Because I will be able to address many things that many people just are completely in the dark. And when it comes to that. Okay, we got a good 15, 16 more minutes. Thank you, Samira. I totally appreciate it. Yes, please share it with anyone you know that's in the game, or that's even trying to get into any meme stock position, because they need to understand what they're getting into and what are they up against. Because the game is, once you understand like what I'm talking about in that video, you will understand how the game is being played, at least in AMC and GameStop, what they've been doing, and why they're doing it, and how they've been putting out in the media saying that they're losing and all that stuff. And guess what, guys? The same companies that are media companies that are spreading out the idea that hedge funds are hurting, they just lost this many billions and all that. This is how, when they lay out a trap for a mouse, and I'm referring to us as the mouse here, but not from me. This is how they view us. They view us as the mouse, and they lay out cheese pieces or some food on the ground that's right, like that's overlooked by that big trap, and they see us as the mouse. And when they spin out that media and then they push out and pump out these weird these weird articles saying that AMC is a terrible stock, GME is only worth $1 or whatever. This is, I said it earlier on the Wolfpack's channel, and I said this is a thing or a process that is called the poop and the scoop. That's what it's called in the Wall Street. That's Wall Street language. Poop and scoop. And what happens in there is that big institutions that are short on something, they want to collect their profits. What they do is they push out, this is the poop part, they push out negative media about a stock or about anything. And then when the price drop, only basically they do that so that they can gauge the sentiment of the crowd that are holding, and just to force them or influence them into selling their positions. And when they do that, that's when the price drops, and then there will be liquidity on the market, so those shorting positions can go ahead, and this is where the scoop part comes in. So poop and scoop, then they'll come in, scoop it up at a low price, close out their short positions, they made profits, and go on to live on their life with another day. Now we, in this case, are not making it available for them to do any poop and scoop. Now the poop and scoop also works on the opposite end. They have been also putting out articles that, oh, look at them, institutions are hurting, they're battling, they lost 30 billion, this one lost 25 billion only in the first quarter of sales of 2022. Will you trust those media sources? That's the same media sources that are Market Watch, Benzinga, and whatnot, that are pushing out that AMC and GameStop are worthless. So this is entirely part of their plan to keep everyone in the dark. And that video I uploaded will show you so many different things, so you don't even have to look at the media. You don't even need to listen to the media. You don't even need to listen to anyone, let alone even me. Once you get, or if you totally understand what was exactly that message in that video and what was said, you will literally, your whole methodology will change. And when it changes, you would know what is basically what is the question and how to answer it, because you know the game, you'll know the play, you know what they've been doing, you'll see it, and it will all check piece by piece to every event that we have encountered in the past year or so. Let's see. Mario, yes, always need to upkeep and praise to the Lord. LOL. Going to watch it now, AB. Thanks again, and I'll check you out tomorrow. Bless you for providing me with peace of mind and strength. And bless you too in the clutch. You're always in the clutch, and appreciate you, every single person in this group and this amazing community for bringing in all the positivity and hope for a better tomorrow. What's up, Future Will? I'm just checking in on the family, see if anybody have any questions. Just briefly before, I don't know if Pantheon is going to have a live today or not, but in case he does, I won't be around by his time frame, because again, it's an amazing radio. I just wanted to check in to update everyone on the video that I uploaded, I promised everyone with, and hopefully gets, like I said, everyone gets to share it and gets people to look at. This is the video that I want everybody to see. And if everyone is brave enough at the end, I added a little message. There's a question that no one is asking, and there's some things that no one is looking at. And if the community dares to, excuse me. I hate this when you want to sneeze, but it stays in. It's the worst feeling ever. But yeah, if the community is brave enough to ask that question and not label it as FUD and know the answer to it, then I could bring it up in tomorrow's live for sure. Future Will, no spoiler alert, because I need everyone to be there. So, it's just comment. Just put that question in the comment section on that video, Future Will, and that will entice more people to ask that question. And if that's the case, then I will have enough strength to bring it up, because it is a very, very critical point, and no one has been paying attention to it. It's right in front of us in plain sight, but no one is paying attention to it. And it is a what if. It's a what if situation. Great. Now I have to watch you in Pantheon tonight. I'm glad I don't work 5 p.m. tomorrow. This is Tahiti. You might catch me in Pantheon's, broadcast if he does broadcast tonight, and uh, we'll exchange hellos and everything over there and add some more light. Listen, I love people who have great intentions. That's all that matters to me. Whether they know and they don't know, that's besides the question. But I love people with great intentions. And I think that man, not I think, I know that man, Pantheon, um, has really, really great intentions as far as what he's doing. Future will, is it about telling people that they need to start slowly shaving off their shares with a high as price? No, 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 no. It is. This is not any of that. This is. It's not with that. You don't like. It will never be. AB will never even bring up that because, at the end of the day, buy and hold does what? Ensures that the squeeze goes to biblical numbers, right? We need the hold part so that the market is dry, so that there's no shares on the market for shorts to buy so that they could cover their positions. That's the only way that prices can go to biblical prices or, it can climb to crazy heights is by making sure that there are no shares on the block. I mean, honestly, here's one thing. I know a lot of people are conflicted on this, but here's AB's take on this. We need volume now, right? But we do not need volume when it's squeeze time. It's weird how it works, right? But this is my opinion, guys. If there's high volume, that means there is a lot of shares on the market, which means the shorts have access to shares that they can buy back, and that could be at whatever lower prices so that they can close out their positions. The idea is that we get the short squeezed, and the only way the price keeps climbing is when they are margined and they have to close their positions, because they can't just say we can't close. No, when they get margined, they are forced to close out their positions. They have to. It's just a must. And the only way we can force higher prices is by not basically by that hold strategy and not allowing the shares being on the market. So when there is no shares in the market, the price will keep climbing only so that it can lure people or entice people to sell so that they can close their positions. That's the only reason why the price climbs in short squeezes, because the price is not right. People don't want to sell. Okay, the price keep climbing until the people say, okay, you know what, the price is right, I'll take that for my shares. But since there's so many of us, ultimately what it comes down to is if there's crazy, and this is why I always said I would be looking when the MOAS happens, I would be looking at the volume and the short interest, because those two are the two that those are going to be your best friends. Again, I'm not financial advisor, guys, but you are all my family, and I don't care about what anyone out there else says. My family gets my most important what I believe, and if they have obviously their trust in me, then I'm going to give them everything that I have, whatever I know. um, Volume and short interest are going to be your best friends on that time frame, on that day. Not what somebody is saying, oh, this looks like this is it and whatever. No, volume and short interest will be your best friends. If the short interest is gone, that means shorts have covered. And if shorts have covered, who are you in the play with? Who are you squeezing? You see? So the idea is to keep the shares away from the shorts so that they won't be able to buy them on the market unless the price is right. Again, AB is never going to give out a price or what the price is, but just FYI to everyone, if you're looking at brackets and 3-digit, 4-digit, 5-digit, 6-digit, 7 digits, the key to climb to those digits is by making sure that the shares are not available for these hedge funds or the shorts to capture on the market so that they can pay for them and take them back and give them back to the people or the broker that they borrowed the shares from. And then that way they close out their position. That way they're no longer going to be vaporized. Let's see. Yes, Pantheon is great. Alan Kamaski. I helped them pronounce your name correct today, brother. Thanks for showing some love earlier this morning. Hopefully, I pronounced it correctly as well. How to uh, hedge fund? How how do hedge funds have access to 200 million shares when the utilization is at 100%? LOL. That, Alan, Alan, your future will. Alan is ruining the the major question. It's not, that's not the question, but this is, that is answered within that question that I was talking about earlier in the beginning of this live, or at the end of my video that I posted yesterday. Just that just went on right now. So if you want to know the answer to that, Alan, um, there is a logical answer for this. I know that most people, because they don't know the answer to it, they will most likely, or influencers will most likely say, "Oh, manipulation," but there is an explanation for everything. So if the whole community really wants to know the answer to that question, Alan, you just put up, or also the secret question that no one is paying attention to, it's not a question, it's more like an analyzation. Like, you can analyze that, but no one has analyzed it, no one's seen it, and it's in plain sight, it's hidden in plain sight. So tomorrow I'll address that in a live, sometime in the afternoon, maybe around market hours, like probably around power hour, 2 or 3 o'clock, something like that. um, and we'll go for it. But you guys must comment that on that video that I've just, posted. Like, finally went on. I've been trying to post it all day, and YouTube finally let it happen. Been shadow banning me. How do we know if Ortex and Fintel aren't going to fudge the data during the squeeze? Because here's one thing, you can't know for sure, but at that point, you only have a few options. You either go with that, or you try to subscribe to some data reporting company and go with what they're reporting. At the end of the day, the punishments on such thing and reporting wrong data are, and if it ever comes to light that they were reporting wrong data, it's mind-boggling. And the squeeze is not going to be a one-day thing. So the only thing they could possibly do to fudge things up is play or screw the numbers up on one day or one trading session, but they can't every day keep reporting something wrong and then come back into the future later and can come back and say, "Oh, well, no, it was not, the utilization wasn't at 100%, or we were wrong, something, the data lagged or something." So one day maybe I could see them doing some effery, but not every day, unless they want to take the risk of being, completely sued by so many different entities, not just retail, but many other institutions as well. So yes, the answer is you can't really trust anyone, any of these companies. But one thing you could definitely do is keep your eye on the volume and the short interest. Those two things are gonna be your best friend. Who are you gonna trust with that? That's a very, very tough question. I mean, CS Trades 101 said they have this system or this service that I don't know, I guess you subscribe to. I don't know the whole ordeal with that. I'm not much. I just recently got invited over, and they were so humble and amazing to offer me access to their servers and everything. So I definitely take pride into that. Thanks again for them and all the wolf pack for that gift. It was very, very, really amazing and generous of them. But I don't know as far as what we will offer as of yet. I don't know. And again, just because these things, we're not at MOAS time yet, we can't know these. Like, if this, like, I will need to have access to many other data reporting systems and compare it to see if they all match with Ortex. If they all match, then they're all correct in a way. And you have no choice but to trust what is being reported. But if one is different than the other, then AB will have some homework, or any of you guys in here will have some homework to try to figure out. I mean, come on, guys. it's a family thing, and if anyone knows a little bit about that, uh, what reporting data or system do you trust or you have access to or something, bring it over to the family. Let us all know. Um, one for all and all for one. Let's see. Uh, I'm glad I did, Alan. Mrs. Tahiti, yes. Who invented it? Yep, it's them. Remember this, guys, as well. Who in general, who made this? Like, remember the stock market existed back in the early 1900s, and there was no reporting data systems or none of that stuff. You can only imagine how wild it was back then, right? Just ledgers and wages, and it's crazy times. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have to give something. You can't just follow nothing. You have to give to something, and we're not there yet, so we're understanding this piece by piece. But that video that I uploaded just recently will at least explain to you what we're up against. And if you understand exactly at the end of the day, what that message was in there, if you don't, it's fine. Ask me in the live tomorrow, and I will say what exactly my message was. You guys are family, but this video is a general video to everyone who's going to view it. The family of course, can ask me anything they want. And I'm all for the family. So if you don't get my message at the end, tomorrow, guys, you could ask and say, what did you really mean at the end by that secret question that basically that you didn't want to talk about because you don't want to be labeled as FUD or any of that stuff? Or if the community is brave enough to know or ask that question and know the answer to it. And plus, that video itself, what was the whole message after it? What did you get out of it? Because I would like to know how I'm understood when I deliver a message. That's what I want to know. Please write that, guys, in the comment section of the video, and share it, please, as well. It's really important that most of the community, if not the whole community, sees something like that, because again, I'm giving you the whole message or the whole picture, and majority, not all, but of course, majority of influencers just want to keep getting people back to come back to them, subscribers and clickbaits and whatever. So they always give you small bits, kind of like a doping mechanism, that way you keep coming back for more. I'm trying to give you the whole picture so that you know how to utilize it in these plays. Don't worry. Tomorrow you will get a whole lot more, but first you need to get the foundation, which is today's video, and tomorrow we're going to lay out everything on the floor. And B Ghost is in the house. What's up, Wolf? And yes, Mrs. Tahiti, they've been fudging a lot. Or watch what Pelosi's husband does. That's a very valid thing. That's for sure a very valid thing. These guys don't stand to lose. In fact, they don't lose. So that's a very good statement. That's actually is a good advice. But these guys are so slick because they only report their activity. They have up to 45 days to report whether they sold or they bought a position into whatever, if they took a position or sold a position in something. Remember that. So whenever you see it that, Pelosi or her husband sold a big chunk in something, it's always after everybody after they already left that stock and the stock is already down in the trenches. Group of 7 bankers created it correct early in the 1900, if I remember correctly. Yes, that is correct. Tahiti, Miss Tahiti got a lot of knowledge. By the end of MOAS, I'll be an expert trader. Of course, I've said this before, Alan. You guys are getting you guys will be the craziest traders on. You will be the new Wall Street, of course. It will be retail and Ape Street from after this, because you guys endured conditions and gimmicks and things that no one have ever went through or been through similar things before, but no retail have been through these conditions before. You guys will have your degree in investing. All right, guys, so it is 12:07. I see Pantheon have started, and I would like to go ahead and thank all of you again for coming on. I wanted to answer some quick questions, and you know, I just hope that this community could grow further and further and see the message that we're trying to push out there. So it's going to be important. That video is really going to be important. Write your comments on that video at the end, and on top of that, whatever you comment, I will read it, and tomorrow's live stream is going to be very interesting. So once again, guys, I want to take away from anybody's time, and I know that Pantheon is on, so great podcast. Go ahead and check it out, and show the love. And you know, if I catch you out there, I need to make a hookah, and I might just come to catch some things. So if I catch you out there, say your highs. And once again, much love. And no, before I say that, I need to read this last few comments. We can do so much good after MOAS. Yes, Mrs. Tahiti, always on point. Yep, I've learned a lot this year, this last year. Yep. Good night, everyone. Stay happy and positive. Going to Pantheon. Peace out. And that's exactly, and Alan says, see you there. And that's where I will see you guys. So once again, guys, much love and AB Investments.